Always a good thing to make sure that anything in the area that might be emitting an RF signal, such as a Bluetooth earpiece, a smartwatch, your router, a smartphone, anything like that, is turned off. So now you can actually start sweeping a room, and you just want to go methodically throughout the room, sweeping over everything that may possibly contain something that is transmitting a signal. As you can tell, when I get closer to my smartwatch, it's going to start detecting that RF signal. I can also move it over here closer to this Bluetooth mouse, and it's going to tell me that there is a signal there as well. So it's picking up Bluetooth, it's picking up Wi-Fi, it's picking up just about any RF signal out there. And the KT9000 goes all the way up to 12 gigahertz. So it's going really high, way up into the microwave levels, looking for signals. Now, if you're sweeping a room and you're starting to get signals all over whenever you go around any kind of an object or many different types of an object, it may be that it is actually picking up what's called reflective RF signals. There are radio frequency signals bouncing all over right now, and especially when you get close to metal objects, even glass can reflect RF, or especially anything with a motor like a refrigerator, a ceiling fan, things like that. They can reflect signals from radio frequencies that are out there back onto the device and make it look like there may be something there. This can happen a lot around power outlets, light switches, and even sometimes in a wall if there is a heavy concentration of copper wiring going in there. So my word of caution to everybody, if you're sweeping a wall, you're just sweeping a blank wall and you're getting a signal and you look on that wall and there's nothing there, well, folks, there's nothing there. Now, is there the potential for something to be inside the wall? Yeah, I suppose possibly. But, unless the KGB or the CIA or somebody like that is watching you, there's probably really nothing there. Trust your eyes. If there's nothing there, there's probably nothing there, and it's a reflective signal. It could be something on the other side of the wall, too, especially when you get to exterior walls. When you get to exterior walls, there could be a gas meter, electric meter, something like that on the outside that it could be picking up. Or it could be picking up the neighbor's cell phone or the neighbor's computer or something like that. So you have to be aware of ghost signals, too, when you're using a device like this, and don't go chasing ghosts. Okay, now let's check the magnetic detection probe and see how it works. First, make sure the KT9000 is turned off. Disconnect your RF antenna and then plug in the magnetic probe and make sure that switch is pushed over to MA. Now, this magnetic detector is really nice because it also has a light at the end, and you're going to see that. And when you first turn it on, that light is going to go on. So that's going to tell you you are in magnetic mode. If you're still in RF mode, that light is not going to be on. Now, you're going to want to turn this all the way up, and then you're going to want to turn your other knob all the way up as well. Now, what we need to do is turn this down very slowly. This left knob, we want to turn down very slowly. And what we want to do is get it to where that meter right there is right on 5 and the sound goes off. This is calibrating the magnetic detector. So you get it right there on the 5. Now it is ready to start detecting something. So you can go around and you can sweep your vehicle. I always suggest to go up under the bumpers, go around the wheel wells, go through the trunk and everything like that. When it gets close to a magnet, it's going to alert. What I have right there is a GPS device. That GPS tracker has a built-in magnet to it. So that's how you do that. You have to calibrate it, you get it close, and then it's going to alert. And of course, it has that light to be able to let you look around at everything. Now let's really quick take a look at the hidden camera lens detector. There's a lot of different types of devices like this out there, but this one's really unique. It's really nice because it's small. It has a button over here on the side that turns it on. You're going to look through this end, not the end with the lights. You're going to look through this end. And when you turn it on, that first click of the switch is going to put it in fast blink mode. See, it's blinking very fast. If you click it one more time, it's going to go into slow blinking mode. And then one more time, turns it into constantly on. And a fourth click will turn the unit off. Now what I have here is an actual hidden camera. This looks like and actually functions like a USB charger. It has 2 ports. You can plug it into the wall. You can charge your devices. But if you look right down here, there's this little bitty tiny hole right here. That's where a hidden camera is. Now, if I switch the camera lens finder over, I'm going to put it on the slow blink, and I look through here, I can see that camera. It is actually a bright reddish metallic, and I can go quite a ways away and I can see it, and I can get it pretty good angles away from it and still see it as well. Now that's going to depend on how far that camera is recessed in as to how far up and down, what kind of an angle you'll be able to see it. And it's actually a lot clearer when you're doing it yourself, but this is a very handy little device because not all cameras are transmitting. This little one here actually does transmit Wi-Fi, but it can be turned off and it has internal storage, so it could be sitting plugged in and recording video for hours and hours and hours and even days upon days. And there's a lot of them like that. They make them in clocks, in stuffed animals, and just about anything. So having that lens detector is a real big plus to trying to find something like this. Now, something else I want to caution you on with something like this is just because you see a flashing light in there, it does not necessarily mean it is a camera. It means it could be a camera. And here's a really good example, and I actually ran into this with a bug sweep that we did just like last week. And I've run into this a lot of times. They actually make smoke detectors with hidden cameras in them. They'll have an extra little hole. So when we're doing a bug sweep, we're looking to see if there's an extra little hole. Well, we saw a smoke detector that didn't match the other ones in the house, and it had that little hole, so we started to get suspicious. And I got the lens detector out, and I looked up, and sure enough in there was a flash right there. So we take it down, we carefully dismantle it, and I look in, and lo and behold, right where that hole was, right where that flash was, there was a reset button. So it's not always a camera. It could be something else. It could even be a piece of electronic that you'll see through one of the vents in there. So you want to make sure when you do see a possible device like that, you want to inspect it very carefully, and if possible, take it apart and inspect it to see if there's a camera actually inside it.